on our website so that way people can access it later on.
Yeah, if you could find the other slide. This is the membership side of the chamber, and the other one's the technical assistance side of the chamber. And so I wanted to do the first one.
Okay, give me one moment. Okay, here's the first one. Can you see it?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'll get talking fast because I know there's a lot of people that need to talk. I do have Mary and Terry, and I'm going to have them give their little spiel too. Oh, now we went back to your main screen. Okay, there we go. Well, thank you, City El Paso, for letting us do this. I'll talk really quickly. Your El Paso Hispanic Chamber is now 31 years old in the marketplace. Our primary role is to help small minority women and veteran-owned businesses, bottom line, create wealth. We are blessed to be able to manage what we call 3 entrepreneurial technical assistance centers, which gives us a footprint to do all kinds of things for the community. Because on this slide, you will see the impact of what we've done with that partnership with the city and the county and the federal government allows us to help anybody in El Paso, and you never have to be a member. That's the really key element of this. The other slide that I asked her to put up was all the membership activities, because we hope that after you access all our resources through our entrepreneurial technical assistance centers and we've helped you create wealth, then you're going to be ready to cut a ribbon, and at that time would be your opportunity to come over and invest your time and effort in our chamber. But I'd like Mary to quickly give a little highlight of what she does in her Women's Business Center. It is a partnership with SBA, and then I'm going to ask Terry to highlight what she does with her MBDA Center, which is a partnership with the Commerce Department. So Mary, if you want to go, because you're the older center.
You got it, Cindy. Thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity to present to everyone. Good morning and happy Friday to everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. So as Cindy has mentioned, we are celebrating our 20th year. I'm the director for the Women's Business Border Center. We're here to service anyone with their entrepreneurial dream, regardless of their race, business, educational, or gender. And so we're here and available, and we have 2 different teams that can assist any business from 0 to 3 years. Through our Women's Business Border Center, we can assist anyone in the startup phase. That's our first team. And we can help them with business plan development, help them access to capital options, helping them access new markets. And we're also a third-party certifier for the Women-Owned Small Business Federal Contracting Program as well. During the pandemic, we expanded our team where we have our COVID business response team led by Tanya Villa, and they specialize in all of the different programs that are available for businesses that have been negatively impacted by COVID-19. So we're available to anyone, like Cindy mentioned, regardless if you're a chamber member. We do focus on and targeting women entrepreneurs, but like Cindy mentioned, we are here available to males or women. And so we're here and available, and I'll turn it over to Terry so she could let you know more about the MBDA Business Center and how she can assist growing minority businesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary and Cindy. I'm Terry Reed, and I direct the MBDA Business Center of the El Paso Hispanic Chamber. We've had this center for 13 years, and it is funded, like Cindy mentioned, through the U.S. Department of Commerce. We are part of the MBDA network. As Mary mentioned, she handles businesses that are startups that are under 3 years old, while our MBDA Business Center works with businesses that are over that 3-year mark. But every business has a different need for financing, for business opportunities, for marketing, and that's what we do through the MBDA. We are a third-party state of Texas hub certifier as well, and we'll get started doing those certifications after a 2-month blackout starting at the end of this month. So if anybody on the call is interested in being state hub certified, please give me a call and let me work through that with you. We also have an MBDA COVID response team working with older businesses, established and existing, that have faced issues with the COVID pandemic and trying to address and respond to those needs. Again, if you're a business that is already in existence and you need some technical assistance for how to move forward, how to find new customers, new clients, new options for financing, give me a call. call, and I am happy to help you with my team.
Thank you, Terry and Mary. The last piece we have, you'll see, is our Minority Women's Enterprise Diversity Center. That is open to anybody who would like to use it. It is 6 different rooms with technology in it. Each room has a big television and all the technology things that you could possibly think of to be able to touch people outside of El Paso. So business, give us a call. You're welcome to use our center. There is a fee, but it's not a huge fee. And it is something that we have developed so that we have an access through technology for businesses to go globally. The last thing here you'll see is our economic impact statement. Since we have been measuring everything we do, you will see that since we've been doing this since 2003, we have counseled over 69,000 clients, and we have had almost 70,000 participate in trainings. You can just look at our bid matches and our startups and all that we've done, but I think you need to look at the big number on the bottom, which is the estimated economic impact to our community since we have been doing this of $2 billion. That's a lot of activity in the market directly geared to small minority women and veteran-owned businesses through our partnerships that we have with our ETAs. Thank you, Terry and Mary. Thank you, the city. On the other side of the house, we're a chamber, so we kiss babies and cut ribbons and have networking events, but I'm not going to go down that track. Just nice to see all our partners, and please give us a call if you need our help. Yes, those are the chamber things. We have tequila and talk. We have Taco Tuesdays. We have ribbon cuttings. We have Conexión CEO. We have Café Pan Dulce. We have Mercados. We have all kinds of things on the chamber side, but I wanted to cover over the certification aspect. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy, Mary, and Terry. Ladies, it's been a pleasure working with y'all, so we appreciate you being here and letting everybody know what your services that you offer. So next up, we have the Hunt Institute.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Glad to see everybody. Thank you for putting this together, the City of El Paso, and congratulations to Cindy for all her organization does. I look forward to listening to all of the other organizations. So the Hunt Institute has been here for more than 8 years, and we produce high-quality market analysis tools that can strengthen regional and binational cross-border economic and social development. We have 5 platforms to do that. We have data resources, and it's not only about collecting data, it's about harmonizing data between usually across the US-Mexico border, but we do it also for Texas and New Mexico. We have static and dynamic maps. We have the GIS platform, so we have the capability to assess supply chains here for the region. We also have strategic sector reviews, and I invite you to read our monthly newsletter. It's released on the 14th of each month. So on Monday, you'll have it ready on your inbox. And if not, please subscribe. There's a link that I will share in a little bit. Then we have market analysis tools. That's usually market demand assessment or market penetration assessment. And then lastly, we have economic impact models. So we have the REMI and implant software here. I'm also glad to share that we are currently analyzing data collected from surveys distributed by the City of El Paso to small businesses that applied for grants. This information will be very useful to assess the impact of COVID-19 on small businesses with respect to size, with respect to sectors, with respect to other key indicators such as employment, for example. And I look forward to discussing with all of you those results, in particular with the City of El Paso. And we are here to help build a more resilient community, to help decision makers to make more informed decisions. And if whatever you need, please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Maida. Yes, the Hunt Institute has been great at gathering information, a lot of data that we could use to see whether the programs that we are implementing are working or not, and how we need to shift them so that way the businesses can better benefit from them. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, now we have the DMD, also known as Downtown Management District, or the other way around. Hi, Joe.
Good morning. Thank you for the invitation to be here today. Happy to be here. Happy to talk to small businesses. We are a municipal management district created by property owners about 25 years ago to deliver services to our stakeholders, our property owners and business tenants. As you can see on the screen there, there's basically a list of everything we provide. Well, I guess not everything, but a good good chunk of what we provide. Specifically, some things I'd like to highlight for people who are looking to invest in the downtown. Our grant programs definitely assist with the exterior of properties and buildings, from signage to windows to doors, anything you would need to get a storefront ready for your operations. And then when you're in business, we definitely have a great marketing team that can assist in any way we can to promote your business, highlight your business to the public. We host events, which you might not think events are definitely business related, but what those do and what we have the benefit of being downtown is a pretty steady stream of customers, potential customers, people who are downtown for a variety of reasons. For the weddings, graduations, ball games, soccer games. There's always a lot of activity downtown now that we've emerged from the pandemic. And so there's a great way for exposure there, and tying those events to your business is a great way to expose your business to new customers. We've also got and this is more of the preparation of properties and businesses, but we also have access to environmental assessment dollars. So if you're looking to buy a downtown property or renovate a downtown property, and the banks are requiring any type of environmental assessment work, we can assist with that at no charge to the property owner, to the business. And so that's it in a nutshell. We are also trying to launch our a very small business oriented, targeted business recruitment, retention, and expansion program for the downtown. We're in the process of identifying and hiring a coordinator. We are still taking resumes and applications for that position. But then once in place, again, we'll be focusing on assisting downtown businesses, recruiting others, and then working with all of the partners who support small businesses as well. That's it for me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. It's a pleasure working with you all too. I mean, it's a pleasure working with everybody here, and everybody offers such different programs, which is why we want to get everybody in one space to be able to talk about what they offer. So next up, we have the BBB, Better Business Bureau.
Good morning. Thanks again. Like others, thank you very much for putting this together. It's great to see everyone this morning. The BBB has been in existence for over 100 years. Nationally in El Paso, there's been an office since 1954. Our mission is a trusted marketplace. We are a member-based 501c6 organization who's our members, who we have almost 1,700 of them, our vast majority are small businesses, and members have to, in order to be a member of the Better Business Bureau, which makes you an accredited business, you have to apply. We have standards. Unfortunately, not everybody can meet those standards. And then we make sure that the businesses uphold those standards with the goal of, again, letting consumers know that if they're working with accredited business, they're a trusted resource or a trusted business. What's different about our organization is that we really, while we do have our members and accredited businesses that have to uphold those standards, we serve all businesses in the entire community. One of the key ways we do that is providing trusted information to everybody. We have the most comprehensive online directory of local businesses. It's upwards of 20,000 businesses. And so consumers can go on and or businesses and look at that directory and get information about a business. Any business can make sure their information's updated and reach out to us. We do all that. And then we provide tools for all businesses to help them hopefully be able to thrive a little bit better in our community and serve the community better. We also do a lot of work promoting ethical business practices, again, to all businesses in the community, whether you're a member or not, and also into schools and children and community groups and things like that. So we have a lot of different programs that will go out and visit with organizations about how to be wise consumers and make sure they are avoiding some of the hazards in the marketplace. what most people, when you ask what is the Better Business Bureau about, they're like, oh yeah, I've got a complaint against a business. My personal goal is to shift that perspective. We do help any business with dispute resolution. The goal is to get businesses and their consumers, when there's an issue, which inevitably there is with any business, to have a conversation and try to resolve that in the most the best way possible. My goal is to help businesses and consumers avoid disputes in the first place by using our information, doing their research, and avoiding businesses that might have not the best practices. So we have a scam tracker. We've got all sorts of things on bbb.org. I'm not going to go into all of that, but please use our resources. If you ever have any questions about anything on there, just let us know, and we're happy to come and visit with you and explain any of those resources and how you can use them better. We work with local law enforcement as well on different scams and trying to make sure that our community is protected from some of the more egregious bad actors. Today, most importantly, we want to talk about like what services we provide in response to the pandemic and then now going forward. And we had the wonderful opportunity to create a centralized neutral resource for businesses to access information regarding all of the amazing resources that the city and county have put together over the last year. That is epbusinessstrong.org. And that the goal was we understand how difficult it is for especially small businesses to find information and having to go to so many different places to find the tools that they need. So our goal is to make it as simple as possible for them to find it, and then we have mechanisms in place on the site to shoot them right off to those organizations like the Hispanic Chamber, the Greater Chamber, the People Fund, the Lift Fund, the Community Foundation, other organizations that are providing the direct resources. And so that has been very, very helpful to the community, and the business community in particular. There's lots of other things on there too, where it's shifting always. We had information about where to find PPE. We've got a business to business resource. So if you need to source things like cardboard boxes, you can go in there and find out all of the manufacturers in the area for that. So please take a look at epbusinessstrong.org. And then the second thing that we started as a result of the pandemic that's been very not only fun but satisfying to work on is the Buy El Paso program. And so the goal for that was to promote buying local. That's obviously key at the beginning of the pandemic, and then helping also working with our partners to make it easy to buy local. So if businesses didn't have websites, things like that, everyone working together was able to create an environment. So buying local became even easier. And then we were able, and safely was of course top of mind at the beginning and always for that. So being able to shop safely, easily, etc., locally. And what we've done is been able to work with the city and the county, and we feature different businesses every week, create guides, and we've got a lot of fun new plans coming forward, and really letting the community know about these small businesses that have, people just didn't know about them. And so the community's been really grateful. We've gotten tremendous response saying, gosh, we didn't even know these small businesses existed. And so that's been great, and that's going to be continuing. Fortunately, the city and the county are both helping us with that project to make sure that we continue, so that buying local is not just, a year or an event, but it's a state of mind, and really promoting also the B2B buying local. So whatever resources we can provide, we're working with UTEP on databases and things like that. So anyway, lots of great things that I think, as we have all said, not only trying to help people get by through the pandemic, but then moving forward, how to really make our community thrive into the future. So always available for any questions, conversations, anything like that with any of you. Have just absolutely been so impressed by the amazing hard work of everybody during the pandemic in particular, just to help people. And it's been a great experience seeing the positive impact all of you guys have made for the small business community. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary Beth. And I can definitely attest to how amazing the website was. I was literally reciting it in my sleep because I was letting so many businesses know about it. And also, by them promoting different businesses, I was able to buy some jewelry from a jewelry store that I would have never heard of otherwise. So it was real exciting, and it's awesome to see that we'll be able to continue those programs as well. All right, so next up we have Live Fun, and Lupe, I know you wanted to be able to share your screen. I don't know if you could request it.
I think you need to give me, yeah, I guess I do need to request it, huh? Sorry.
That's fine.
There you go. Got it?
Let me see, nothing. Oh, there it is. Yes. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. And I can
Sure.
send this to you so that you can send it out to everybody.
Perfect.
Okay, I haven't gotten control yet.
No?
Not yet.
It said allow. Let me stop presenting, see if it'll let you present.
The little arrow doesn't turn green.
No?
No.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Do you want to try putting them in the chat? Will that help?
I don't think so, but I can just go over it. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. And good morning, everybody. And sorry about that little bit of technical difficulties there. But my name's Lupe Mares. I'm the Vice President of the Southwest Region for Live Fund. We are a nonprofit small business lending company. And this morning, I'm really excited because we have different products that we have available. Since we're a nonprofit small business lending company, we're always looking for funders, to help us be able to help the small business owners. The city was a great support. The county of El Paso also last year with COVID-19. And so this morning I want to share, we have EDA loans, which is it comes from the U.S. Department of Commerce. We were awarded some funding, and so we have funding for El Paso. And it is a revolving loan fund. So as it gets paid back, we can lend it out again. But we have small business loans up to $190,000 at a 3.5 fixed interest rate, which is great. Terms are 24 months up to 120 months, depending on the amount that is borrowed. And it's used for real estate acquisitions, leasehold improvements, equipment, and heavy machinery acquisitions with a combination that can be used for working capital. We also have partnered with PepsiCo, and right now, through June 25th, PepsiCo is investing in Hispanic-owned food and beverage businesses. And so we have grants up to $10,000 that are available to these small businesses. So I highly recommend, and again, I apologize that I couldn't show my screen, but I have the website that I will send the slide to Miranda so she can share it with you all. But that is, again, the grant applications will be accepted through June 25th. So I highly encourage any Hispanic-owned food and beverage business to apply. We also partnered with SOAR. It's a Southern Opportunity and Resilience Fund. And so they're launching over 50 million in initial commitments. And this is provided by philanthropic, private, and corporate investors. And for loans up to 100,000 with 4.0 for 60-month term or 4.50 for 72-month term. You must not have more than 50 full-time employees and have suffered an economic disruption because of COVID-19. And of course, you have to have been in operation since September of 2019. And then I have that, again, that website. And once you go into that website, if you click on Lift Fund, it'll take you directly to our website. You can't get the website. Since SOAR is keeping track and handling this, you can't go straight to Lift Fund for this application. You have to go through SOAR. And of course, our traditional SBA microloans and SBA 7A Community Advantage, we administer that for the SBA and SBA 504 loans. But I'm really, really excited to share that coming very soon. We've partnered with the City of El Paso for the Dream Makers Fund account. That too is a revolving loan fund to help small businesses within the city limits of El Paso. And they've also awarded funding for interest buy down. So that interest buy down will be, interest will be 5%, which is wonderful also. And then the County of El Paso has also given us some funding for a Dream Maker Fund account for all those small businesses in the county and also within the city limits. It's in the County of El Paso. So really excited to share that. I also want to share that Lift Fund has, if you visit our website and click on events, we have different events that we offer, webinars, and they're all virtual right now, but we have Women-Owned Wednesdays, Her Journey to Success, that I like to really invite you all to attend, any women-owned businesses or men for that matter. I mean, great advice, great guest speakers that will help women-owned businesses or any small business owner. We have business financial statements workshop, CPA open office hours. We have Financial Fridays, personal finance. Today it's going to be on identity theft and fraud for small business owners. And of course, another one that's happening today is Recover and Restart with Resiliency, Business Continuity Planning. So we have all these different webinars available, a lot of resources. We provide one-on-ones if someone needs some assistance. Again, you know, when you're not, small businesses aren't able to get that traditional loan through a bank or credit union, they usually, most banks and credit unions refer those small businesses to us so that we can help them because we are flexible. We are a CDFI, which is the Community Development Financial Institution, and we have that flexibility to work with these small business owners. So again, thank you so much, Mireya and Miranda, for having us today. And if anybody's interested, I will send the slide over so that you have our information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lupe. Sorry, my air just turned off. We appreciate having you here, and we appreciate you working with us. We know sometimes at the drop of a dime, we're like, we have to switch things up, and you're always willing to help. I mean, everybody's always willing to help, but it's been crazy before. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and send me those slides, I will add them to this, and then I will send out this PowerPoint as well.
Thank you.
All right, so now we have UT Health. Are they on the line? I'm not sure if they were going to be able to make it. Okay, it doesn't look like they're on the line, so this is just some information that they had sent over. Of course, they'll be in the pamphlet as well. They worked with us on the CARES program, and they worked with a lot of small businesses to help mitigate the spread of COVID. They were there to help pass out PPE and just let a lot of businesses know how they could be a lot safer with themselves, their employees, and their customers, so that way they can go ahead and keep their business rolling. Next, we have Workforce Solutions Borderplex. I believe we have Alma on the line.
Good morning, everyone. So again, just mimicking everybody, what everybody said earlier. Really happy you guys are bringing us together so we can share our little bit more information about our resources. So for those of you that aren't familiar, we are the local Workforce Development Board. We operate under Department of Labor and then through the state agency, Texas Workforce Commission. A lot of people think that we are the unemployment office, but there's a division of that under Texas Workforce Commission. And so obviously we do help people who are looking for work as workforce development, but really our main drive, our mission is to help businesses and employers, our regional employers. So some of the things that we do a lot of research, a lot of labor market research to kind of really find out what the state of the economic situation is, and kind of because of that, we develop definitely data-driven strategies and programs. I think what makes us a little bit unique and where we can blend some of our resources with what you guys have as well for the business that you're helping is that we have funding to develop the business's workforce. And we do that in several different modules. So, for example, we have what we call incumbent worker training. If there's a business that needs to integrate a different training to just kind of, integrate new technologies, or they have new equipment, or they're looking to expand, we earmark a percentage of our funding to be able to kind of pay for that training for that business as well. We know a lot of businesses sometimes struggle hiring people, and so there's a couple of resources for that. Obviously we do the everyday stuff like job fairs, things like that, customized job fairs. We do a lot of those things. But in addition to that, what we can do is actually place people in employment. So we subsidize the worker while they're working for that business. Now, granted, we don't subsidize just any position for any type of person. It really kind of depends, but we don't really turn away at any employer either. So, but what I mean is, like, what we're looking for is, especially for example, we have the access to funds to provide paid internships. So a lot of opportunities for really well-educated, skilled, let's say college students. That's definitely, so rather than working in a service-related industry, because that's the only job that they can get access to, we can actually place them to work. So not only for your businesses, but even for yourselves as organizations, that's something that we can do. We also, for businesses, we offer on-the-job training where we can reimburse them for hiring somebody who might not have the skill sets like ideal, but they're willing to train them and train them into the position. So it's the employer is hiring them, but we're reimbursing that employer up to 60%, just depending on the size of the employer. So we have that resource available as well. What we're doing this summer, we're going to sponsor about 200 youth. And in our WIOA world, youth is anybody ages 16 to 24. So that's pretty broad. And we're going to be placing them with employers. And that can be a little bit of everything. So ideally, we want them to have like a robust work experience, but you can also have that, in a restaurant and things like that. So those are just some of the resources that we provide. On top of all of that, Texas Workforce Commission has a lot of resources that we can partner with employers to go after additional grants. So they've got the skills development grant. That's up to $500,000 of training for your workforce, and it doesn't have to be incumbent. It can bring people on, and there's no match requirement from the employer. The state and the workforce, and in conjunction with our community college partners or public tech institutions, can develop the training that you need and customize that for you. So we've had a lot of success. Oddly enough, it's really sometimes the really, really big employers that are tapping into those resources, but it's not exclusive to large employers. It's actually really designed to help any employer. Right now, one of the silver linings with COVID is the commission also realized access to those grant funds is really, really important. So we now have what we call a shell grant. So right now, for example, we have up to about $150,000 still left to provide training pretty much for any employer. We already have the money. You don't have to go and apply for a grant. There is a process of where we have to submit it just to be able to draw down the money, but it's already kind of like in our pocket. So we've have that available, and that's up to $2,000 of training. And so that's everything that kind of is done on the workforce side through Texas Workforce Commission. But through our partnerships with the city and the county, in case you're not familiar with it right now, we have had really great success with our digital transformation solutions team. And so what we did on the onset of COVID, knowing that such a large percentage of our businesses were really small to micro small businesses, and knowing that there's a little bit of a, digital literacy or digital divide, um, and digital integration need in our community, we developed a team of consultants to kind of go in there and work with the businesses. With funding from the city and the county, we were able to augment the consultation services and actually buy these employers equipment. And then of course, and then through our partnership with Microsoft, we're giving them training as well. It's just been really, really successful. In fact, to share with you, because of the partnerships and everything that we're doing together, this was actually presented to Congress a couple of weeks ago. So really excited. But we're here to help you. So even yourselves as organizations are employers too, and we can provide services for you as well. So Miranda, if you don't mind also making sure that they get my email, I'd be more than happy to connect with you to help your organization, but also your members and customers as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Alma. You could also add your email address to the chat as well. And we will go ahead and put the contact emails of everyone who's speaking in case any organization needs to reach out. If they're working with a business and they know a different organization can better help them with different things, or so the businesses can reach out as well. So thank you for that. And I have to attest to that. Workforce is working with us on our fellow program to get them paid. It's been amazing because these are college students who initially volunteered, and their amazing program, which allows them to get paid through the workforce because they were displaced because of COVID. And we have plans for them going ahead. It's tremendous that they volunteered for this. It shows their commitment, but eventually we'll get them paid through workforce. So yeah, thank you again. And they have so many programs that I'm still learning about them. So thanks. Next up, we have Texas Workforce Commission.
Good morning, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak about some of the programs that we have under Texas Workforce Commission. I'm Mariel Thomas Borders, and I'm with the Texas Workforce Commission. A little bit about the commission. Texas Workforce Commission is a state agency that's charged with overseeing and providing workforce development services to employers and job seekers as well. TWC strengthens the Texas economy by providing the workforce development components of the governor's economic development strategy. Texas does boast an incredibly skilled workforce that is ready to attract enterprises to the Lone Star State. Basically, by focusing on the needs of the employers, TWC gives Texas the competitive edge to draw businesses here. Our mission is to promote and support a workforce system that creates value and offers employers, individuals, and communities the opportunity to achieve and sustain economic prosperity. A little bit about the major functions. So the major functions of TWC are to include workforce development, providing support services, including childcare for targeted populations, participating in the workforce training and adult education and literacy services. We provide services for people with disabilities to obtain training and employment. We administer unemployment benefits and tax programs, and we also provide information and analysis on shifts in occupations and industries within the state. And of course, we seek to reduce discrimination in employment and housing through education and enforcement of state and federal laws. As you heard Alma Aranda say, TWC is in the network of the 28 boards throughout Texas, which y'all know as the Workforce Solutions. And the Workforce Solutions offices are for employers and job seekers to get their career development information, job search resources, training programs, and of course, the unemployment benefits do come through the Texas Workforce Commission. I want to talk to you a little bit about two programs that would greatly benefit employers in Texas and their staff. The first one, of course, is the Skills Development Fund. The Skills Development Fund is Texas's premier job training program. It provides opportunity for Texas businesses and their workers. The funding for the program is administered by the Texas Workforce Commission, and the success of this program is achieved through collaboration with private for-profit businesses, public, community, and technical colleges, workforce development boards, and of course, our economic development partners are very important. The Skills Development Fund assists businesses, both large, medium, and not both, but all three large, medium, and small businesses, as well as trade unions, by financing and designing the implementation of customized job training projects. The funds, the funds from Skills Development Fund helps businesses to meet their training needs by developing customized training programs. And of course, the goal is to increase the skill levels and ultimately the wages of the Texas workforce. During the fiscal year of 2019, TWC awarded 38 skills development funds totaling over $19 million. Those funds served 72 Texas businesses and supported the creation of over 3,500 new jobs. And we upgraded the skills of over 9,000 workers in existing jobs. And on the slide, you're going to see some of the parameters of Skills Development Fund, as well as my contact information. I also want to talk to you about Skills for Small Business. Through the Texas Workforce Commission, the Skills for Small Business program awards up to $2 million. Well, there's $2 million available from the Skills Development Fund that is dedicated specifically for Skills for Small Business. And what Skills for Small Business does, it's dedicated to the backbone of the Texas business community, which is the small employers. Now, small businesses can apply for Skills Development Fund training offered by local community and technical colleges, as well as the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service. The process for the Skills for Small Business is that the business works with the community college to find specific courses for their employers. Now, this is an exceptional opportunity, and it supports businesses with fewer than 100 employees to get training for their new workers, as well as to upskill their incumbent workers. So basically, you can train your newly hired employees, those that have been hired within a 12-month period, or your existing employees, which are those employees that have been there for 12 months or longer. Through Skills for Small Business, an employer can get up to $1,800 per new employee that they're training, and up to $900 per each existing employee within a 12-month period. And this funding is available for full-time permanent employees. And then again, the training is provided by community colleges and community technical college, as well as the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service. Now, the training that you can access through this must be from active course catalogs or course schedules through your community college. It could be credit courses, continuing education. You can also utilize online services through this training program, as well as unpublished courses that the college may have offered at any point in time. So for both the Skills for Small Business and the Skills Development Fund, the cost to the employer is that you pay your employees the prevailing wage for the labor market, which in this case would be Borderplex. So that's the only cost to the employer. And again, the Skills Development Fund is a little different. You can do a consortium of small businesses can come together to do customized training, whereas the Skills for Small Business are courses that are already published. So under Skills Development Fund, you can get up to $2,000 per trainee. It doesn't matter if they are new or incumbent. And a single business can get up to $500,000. And of course, it depends on the number of trainees that you're training. And the same with Skills for Small Business, you have to be paying your employees the prevailing wage for the local labor market. And that's all I have. And again, my email and contact information will be available if you all would like to find further information about these programs. And thank you so much again for allowing me this opportunity. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for being here. I mean, even I am learning a lot of the different programs, so that way when I speak with businesses, I can let them know what's out there. So thank you again for being here. Next up, we have Center for Hispanic Entrepreneurship. I believe they may be on the line.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm here. Good morning,
morning.
and thank you so much for the invitation. I'm also learning a lot about all the organizations, and I'm going to use this information to share with the businesses that we connect with. Good morning, everyone. I'm the director of the Center for Hispanic Entrepreneurship at the University of Texas at El Paso. We've been around for over 15 years, and we are a research entity within the College of Business Administration. So our mission is really to generate and disseminate research on minority businesses. And believe it or not, this area is still very much developed in terms of research. And our focus is really to make sure that we understand the needs of businesses and that we share this information with organizations and with small business owners like yourselves. And so, we conduct a lot of interviews and surveys, with entrepreneurs, and we try to have the pulse of, what's going on and how to better share this information with organizations that can help you. And one of the things that comes up a lot is the need not only of networking and capital, but also education and marketing. So you probably heard a lot of the organizations talk about their marketing offerings. So that's a big one that we see. So our research is, our entity is a little bit different because we focus mostly on creating, on gathering this research and sharing it with organizations that can help you. But we also do get a lot of invitations to do workshops, for organizations or, for, small businesses that are putting together, events. My background is in marketing and in management, so that's my expertise. And so I usually go out and talk to businesses about it. We also receive a lot of requests from small businesses to, talk to us one-on-one to get more information about, how they can start their business or how they can scale it up. So I reside within the marketing and management department. So we have a lot of resources, a lot of professors that, that can provide information, free one-on-ones and consulting for any business, that is starting or scaling up. So that's a big one. Basically, we are connectors at UTEP, and we don't only help, small businesses, but we also help students and professionals who need that kind of information. And another thing, I'm the internship coordinator for the marketing department as well. So I work with businesses and with students who would like to, connect with these employers and really share that expertise. So in addition to all this research stuff, my background also in teaching marketing, as I'm also a professor there, helps me to help small businesses in any way that I can. And so again, thank you so much. This is all I have. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I will drop my information on the chat. So if anybody's interested in connecting, you can do so.
Thank you so much, Denise. We appreciate you being here and everything that you do for the businesses, especially that you guys are part of UTEP. So it's in collaboration with everybody. We're working as a community. So it's really awesome to hear about the programs. Thank you so much. So next up, we have the El Paso Foreign Trade Zone, and unfortunately they weren't able to be on the call. This is just some information, a quick overview of what the Foreign Trade Zone does and how they can assist businesses. Their information will also be in the pamphlet. That way you are able to read more about it and see who you need to contact if it may be helpful for your business. So next up, I'm not sure if Pioneers 21 is on yet. I don't think I've seen them come in. So next, I would like to introduce Michael Hernandez from the county. He's the new director for economic development. Thank you for being here, Michael.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Michael Hernandez, El Paso County's Economic Development Director. I'm glad to be with you, and I'm grateful to the City of El Paso for bringing this together. Our team is excited about helping your business start or grow, and we have an incentive program to help those things happen. We're eager to hear your ideas and hear your projects and see if we can find a way to support that. Our work ranges from a variety of things, from our FASTER program that is helping small businesses get through the pandemic with loans and grants, to heritage tourism as a way to help activate commercial corridors in the Mission Valley, to the ambitious aerospace work that is happening at our Fabens Airport with partners such as UTEP, coming up with innovations for folks like NASA and Lockheed Martin. Our goal there is to cultivate those students into entrepreneurs who can then launch aerospace businesses in our region. I'm happy to share with you that we just received a $5 million federal grant to build that up, to help out at our airport and make it into sort of a research park that is pointed at businesses looking to invest in our community and our people. And eventually we'll connect with small businesses here in El Paso. We value those relationships we've created with our community partners. To the great people at both our chambers, the Community Foundation, Lift Fund, and People Fund, they've helped connect us, our support to small businesses through the pandemic. That synergy has allowed us to understand the real world challenges that many of you all face, and it informs us in terms of how we should consider our assistance and design our programs of support. We're working with the Community Foundation. This is a really important program or project. We're working with the foundation and UTEP's Hunt Institute to perform a broadband study and market analysis so that we can understand gaps for broadband service in our area. That's really important to understand how to better connect businesses and families and households so that those businesses and folks can flourish. We're here to listen to your ideas and figure out ways we can work with you. Grateful again to be with the group today.
Thank you for being here, Michael. It's been a pleasure aligning our efforts together with the county going forward, because we know and understand that it'll be a larger impact if we're working together on this. So again, we appreciate you being here. I would like to call up Mr. Ferguson, and my apologies, I did not put together a slide for SBDC. They're an amazing organization. We've worked with them. We've done some classes with them to learn about the different business aspects that you need to know as a small business owner. So Mr. Ferguson, if you'd like to go ahead and present, again, my apologies that I didn't put together a slide. That was my fault.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Joe Ferguson. I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center, and we're located at El Paso Community College. Like many of you, we've been working remotely for the last 15 months or so, but I guess good news is we're going to be back on campus starting this Monday. So our overall mission is to foster small business success. And we are a resource partner to the U.S. Small Business Administration. We receive our primary funding through them, as well as a grant from the state of Texas, and of course, our host, El Paso Community College. Our office is one of about 1,000 offices across the United States. We are the largest provider of technical assistance to small business in the U.S. We have a very strong network. We also have another center located in Las Cruces through Doña Ana Community College. And so if you're ever in need of assistance through a small business development center, chances are any place in the United States, you're going to be within 1 hour of one of our centers. The primary reason that entrepreneurs come to us is they're usually seeking advice on either how to start or expand a business. And our technical assistance, revolves around those issues. It could be, well, I need to do a feasibility analysis to see if my project idea really does make sense and can I make money at that. So we will assist them at that. We will assist them with the proper forms and legal things that they need to do to get that business started. Walk them through the process. Even though we're not lawyers, we can't provide that legal advice, but we can at least assist them on where they can get legal advice or at least how to fill out a form. We also do a lot of work with business plans. Many of our clients that come to us seek business financing. And as many of you know, our local lenders require normally a business plan, especially if you're a startup and sometimes even if you are an existing business trying to expand. For those existing businesses, we do teach financial literacy because many of our clients really have a trouble understanding their financial statements, whether it be the profit and loss, the balance sheet, or cash flow. And those are all important documents as far as understanding how your business works. We offer a lot of different training, seminars, workshops. Currently during COVID, these have all been at no cost, and they literally run the gamut of marketing, human resources, financial assistance, reading financial statements, information on social media marketing, legal issues. We bring in attorneys. So that said, there's a lot of things that entrepreneurs and current business owners can learn either through coming to our center or going online at elpasosbdc.net. We do have training programs available at no cost also on our website. Our business advising services are always offered at no cost, and we look forward to seeing future entrepreneurs coming to our offices and working with us. That said, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ferguson. Again, I apologize for not including the slide. The slide with information will be part of the PowerPoint that I send out to everybody. And I must attest to the Small Business Management Institute where he was talking about we learn to do the financial plan, we learn to do the strategic plan for the business and marketing, social media. We took that class. We were honored enough to be able to participate in it, even though we're not an entrepreneur. So that way we learn about what is required of the small businesses. And it was an amazing opportunity. So thank you again so much.
Thanks,
Next,
Brenda.
I would like to call on pioneers. I believe Laura has joined us. Laura, if you're there. I'm showing she's
Hi.
okay. Hi, thank you.
Sorry about that. We were having issues with the app, but Adam is also on. Let me get my camera on. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Laura Butler, and I'm the new executive director here at Pioneers 21, officially on the job for 6 weeks. But it's been an exciting time for us because we are now open. So we also hadn't opened, and I heard Joe talk about the fact that they're going to be on campus now. So we've been on campus, but just myself and Adam here on Overland. But our doors are open, so if anybody wishes to stop by and chat with us, talk about business incubation, idea validation, business model development, and any of those things listed on the PowerPoint, please feel free to reach out to myself and Adam. And we're a couple of things. Oh, he couldn't log in. Here's Adam next to. So here he was next door. He couldn't log in, but we're adding some programs, and actually today we're finishing up our work with the MIT Venturing Mentoring Service. So that's something else that we'll be adding to our menu, is mentoring services as a licensee of MIT. Adam has a few words for you all as well.
It's on, but it's not on. Very sorry. I can hear my computer in the other room, but I just can't get access to it. But Laura gave a good introduction to Pioneers 21. We focus on economic development and entrepreneurship here in our community in 3 areas: the incubation, coaching, and mentoring of startups and SMEs, providing free access to educational content and workshops focused on entrepreneurship, and in a 3rd area of civic engagement. The incubator, we've worked with over 100 companies since founding. It was originally the Hub of Human Innovation. We changed the name in late 2019. But we work with a wide variety of entrepreneurs, from high tech, low tech to no tech, looking to build from within. So we really focused on entrepreneurs that are here in our community. We are a nonprofit organization. We don't take any equity in the companies that we incubate. And we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that presentation. I know you all were in some mandatory training, so we appreciate you being able to jump on last minute. Definitely. Thank you so much. So next up, we have Mr. Payares, and if you all will bear with me, I need to somehow share his slide. Give me a moment. Okay, so Mr. Payares, if you're on, if you want to go ahead and start, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Beto Payares. I'm very interested in working with the various organizations that work with small businesses. When you talk about access to capital, in some ways I represent the capital. I've been doing this for 13 years through my company, Joseph Advisory, and a number of different funds. I have funded over 100 startups throughout the country. I have funded 1 in El Paso, and I want to change that. Some of the companies that I funded in the past include Bonobos, Dollar Shave Club, Fitbit, Palantir, SoFi, and about 95 others. I've reviewed over 5,000 companies and made over 100 investments. I've deployed over $130 million in tranches of 25K to 2 million. I have M&A and IPO experience, and I've sold companies to Fortune 500 companies. And I know what it's like to take a company from the first dollar in to take it to IPO. It's a company listed on the NASDAQ, and I serve on the board. If you go over here to Arrowhead Innovation Fund, this is a fund out of NMSU. It only invests in New Mexico. It's a small $2 million fund, but it's already made 17 investments in New Mexico. It accounts for 40% of the early stage deals in the entire state. And the reason I bring this up is because by Q3 of this year, the Arrowhead Innovation Fund will expand and will serve as Fund 2, and will also be making investments in Texas, so obviously including El Paso. I have a strong affiliation with NMSU, where I serve as the endowed chair in entrepreneurship, where I teach entrepreneurship, finance, and strategy. Also, I'll call your attention, I have this website wrong. It's actually suncrucesangels.org. It's not fully live yet, but it's launching in July 2021. It's a nonprofit group that will bring together angel investors in Las Cruces and New Mexico. It will invest anywhere from $25,000 to $250,000. It will be for high-tech businesses as well as high-growth companies, so not necessarily high-tech only. It will offer mentorship and educational opportunities. El Paso is the only city in Texas that does not have an angel group. So we intend to change that. So watch for that. There'll be an announcement of that. So again, the capital that I provide is not for every business. It's very specific equity-based capital. Okay. However, as you're talking to entrepreneurs and they need to talk to someone about whether their business could be classified as high growth or whether they need a little bit of extra help in terms of identifying high growth capital opportunities, that's where I can be helpful. I have given lectures and workshops in 6 different continents, 6 different countries on how to create pools of capital. And I have helped various universities and state and federal governments, including the government of Mexico, on how to create pools of capital. So we're experienced at this, and we hope to bring that experience to our community.
Thank you so much for presenting. We appreciate that you are bringing these types of services and investment in the community. We know there's not too much of it, so it definitely helps to be the first ones, and hopefully we get more after the fact as well. So thank you again for being here. Next, I'd like to see if we have any other partner organizations on the line who would like to give a brief overview of the organization that they work with. I think we may have gotten all of them. Okay, so I think we did. Next up, I would like to introduce Amy Olivas. She's part of our purchasing and strategic department, so she could give an overview. Although they're part of the city, they are partners as well because they do help out the small business community. Thank you, Amy, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Can y'all hear me okay? Yes. Okay. Perfect. So good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Amy Olivas. I am the Socioeconomic Compliance Officer for the Purchasing and Strategic Sourcing Department, again, with the City of El Paso. So the Purchasing Department within the city has a lot of different core functions and responsibilities. So it includes vendor management, outreach, socioeconomic programs, which is the division that I manage, the contract compliance support aspect, and of course, the largest operations that we have, which is purchasing and supply chain management. So we do the purchasing, of course, for the city of El Paso. I specifically manage a program called Hire El Paso First. It is a local business certification program aimed at providing economic opportunities for local businesses. So basically, businesses can get certified as a local business under this Hire El Paso First program. And if they bid on specific bids through the city, they can potentially obtain a bidding preference. So for example, let's say there is a low bid that they're trying to submit for, and the lowest bid is a company that is not locally certified and that is from out of town. But let's say the second lowest bid is actually a company that is certified through Hire El Paso First. And let's say that they're tier 1. So if they're within 5% of the lowest bid offer, they can potentially win the bid for the city. So that is a great program that the city manages that provides, again, preference to local businesses. There are other programs that we run through purchasing, one of them being the EP Marketplace, which is kind of like an Amazon type of deal, but within the city where different departments are able to look at different supplies or services online and just directly, purchase them that way without having to go through the original procurement process. We also have Ask Laura that helps businesses answer frequently asked questions. It is an award-winning, virtual information officer that we like to call her. And then just lastly, like the most important thing that we like to say is that, if you're interested in doing business with the city, or if you're interested about finding out where we post some of our solicitations for some of these bids, you can just Google our website, Purchasing and Strategic Sourcing for the City of El Paso. If you go under e-procurement and click on the solicitations link, it should take you directly there. There's also an option there where you can register to receive bid notifications every Thursday. So every Thursday in your email box, you will be receiving the different bids that the city is currently holding for that week. And, a lot of them are open for a few weeks. So if y'all have any questions, I'll also drop my information in the chat, or you can ask Miranda or Mireya from Economic Development, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to refer you to our department as well. But no, we're happy to be working with vendors, and whatever we can do to help, we'll be happy to do so. But thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Amy. It's a pleasure having you all in the city. Different departments, but definitely wanting to help out those small businesses and help them become vendors of the city. We have so many vendors. Why not have the local businesses be our priority? So thank you so much. Next, we have Mr. Robert Reed. He's part of our Planning and Inspections Department. Thank you so much, Robert, for being here. If you just want to go ahead and give them a quick overview of what you do and how you help the small business community.
Hello, yes, good morning, Miranda. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great. Yes, so my name is Robert Reed. I am the Ombudsman for Planning and Inspections. It's a relatively new position. We know and we've realized that in planning and inspections, it's a little daunting. There's a lot of different sections that a small business owner has to go through to license their business or get their brick and mortar establishment up and running. So they created my position so I can be the, I guess, the central contact or the main point of contact for all of these different sections that most business owners have to deal with. So let's say you're wanting to open up a new restaurant. We know that you have to deal with land development if it's a brand new building, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, health. So instead of having to reach out to each of these sections one by one, you can reach out to me individually and I can help you kind of navigate your project through cradle to grave, for lack of a better term. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. That's a good percentage of what I do. I also host pre-submittal meetings. So if you are a potential new business owner and you want to know what licenses you need or what permits you need, you can come to me and I'll let you know exactly what we have to offer and what requirements you need. I do also work with all the other departments in the city, like I mentioned, health, economic development, also Corps of Engineer, land development. So if you have any questions, I think I would be a really good point of contact to have for any of you new business owners. And that's basically it. I also deal with conflict negotiations. So let's just say you did hire a contractor and unfortunately the deal went south. You can reach out to me and we can see what tools we have to help you kind of maybe go through that stressful situation. But other than that, that's basically all I have. There's also other little options or things that I do through the department, but in a nutshell, those are what I do.
Thank you so much for that, Robert. I know you definitely do help a lot of small businesses when they're having issues, and you tend to be there by their side and make sure that the city's not trying to fight them, but let's find a way to work together to see how we could progress and move on and get what the business needs. So again, we appreciate you having you, and you're an amazing contact whenever we need help. And it was my error. I forgot to call on the SBA. We have Dante Acosta on the line. Mr. Acosta, if you'd like to go ahead and give a brief overview of how you all help the small business community, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you remembered. I'm going to keep it really brief. We have so many programs in the within the SBA that I really encourage people to go to sba.gov and really look up what it might be available there. Now, so many of you are familiar with the EIDL, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, the Service Venue Operators Grant, the other programs that we have, like Restaurant Revitalization Fund, that are newer, that were part of the American Rescue Plan or enhanced by the American Rescue Plan, whatever the case may be. However, and thank you for popping that up there. That is the page. many of these programs, either the funding has been exhausted or they've expired, in which case, we might be waiting for Congress to do a reauthorization, and then just wait and see kind of an attitude at this point. If you've already made these applications to various programs, particularly Restaurant Revitalization Fund, that's one of the most recent, and then the Service Venues Operators Grant, SVOG. I really encourage you to reach out. You can reach out to our office. We can try to assist you there. The main number is 915-834-4600. We'll try to assist you with any of these programs, but keep in mind that many, if not most of these programs have expired, or the funding has run out. That's really the case for many of the programs that we offer. However, we still offer traditional lending through our community banking partners. Lift Fund was on earlier. They're one of our CDFIs. The community development financial institutions. So I really encourage people to reach out to these various lending institutions for more of our traditional programs, and they're available there. We also do seminars, or webinars rather. Everything's been virtual now for well over a year, as Joe Ferguson mentioned. So I really encourage people to go on to the offices tab and then look at what our local office here in El Paso has to offer. Now, if someone happens to be watching this and they're across the street, basically in Las Cruces or in another part of New Mexico, we do have the district office in Albuquerque that can assist you there. But if you need to plug into something, particularly virtually, we have people that look at our programming that we do daily from all over the country. So that's open as well. So make sure you reach out to our office if there's anything we can do to help you. We'd love to do that. And again, our partners like Joe Ferguson, and of course this Hispanic Chamber and Lift Fund and others, I don't want to leave anybody out, are all also available, and we fund a lot of the programs that they offer as well. But thank you so much, Miranda, for having me on, and hopefully we can help everybody going forward.
Thank you, Dante. I appreciate it. There is a question in the chat for you. They're wanting to know if there's any updates on the Restaurant Revitalization Fund funding. I believe that's what they were asking about.
Yeah, on our funding. Well, again, it depends on whether you've applied or not. So what I would suggest folks to do is reach out to our office. If you have already applied and you're kind of wondering what's going on, go ahead and send me an email and I'll be happy to make sure it gets forwarded on. Just include as much information, keep it as brief as possible, but include all the information as possible. And you can send it to me at dante.acosta@sba.gov, as in gov. I'd be happy to make sure it gets to the right person if I can't answer the question directly.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I'd like to go ahead and open it up again in case there's any other partner organizations who are on the line who would like to give a brief overview of the services they offer for the small business community. Any last takers? All right, so with that, I'd like to open it up for any questions of the organization that you may have, but I also want to be mindful of everybody's time. I know I sent out the invite for 2 hours, but of course we don't have to be on that long. We just wanted to ensure that everybody was able to get out the information that needs to get out. So any questions from anybody?
I forgot to announce that our women's conference is virtual this year, and it's June 24th and 25th. Go to our website, click on it. First 200 people that register are going to get this amazing gift box with some really fun things like a bottle of wine and all kinds of things. We have a great panel called Women Electrified. And so Kelly Tomlin will be on there, from our CEO from El Paso Electric, Elena Ball, who was here, and she went to do the Fayetteville Electric Company. We have a lady coming from Sempra Energy out of Austin. And so that's going to be a great panel, Women Electrified. So we didn't feel that our market was ready for 600 women again at the Wyndham in June. So we made a big decision to take this virtual. So some of it will be live, some of it will be taped, but I guarantee you, you'll have fun. Mary, I don't know if you're still on the line. Did I miss anything? I think Mary's off. But anyway, go register. It's going to be great fun. I guarantee it.
Thank you so much for that announcement. I do remember attending last year right before everything got shut down. And even though I was still kind of worried about what was going on, it definitely was an amazing conference. So definitely appreciate that and the announcement.
Men can participate too. You know, Ginger Rogers Fed Stare. That's where we got the name, dancing backwards in high heels. So
awesome. Anybody else? Anything? Any announcements? Any programs coming up? All right, looks like we're good. And we are ending about half an hour early. Medea, you'd like to chime in?
Just, you know, as we get more guidance on the federal funding that the city just received, keep an eye out on our website, the epbusinessstrong.org, for any updates. That's all I wanted to add to that. Thank you.
So I will be sending out the PowerPoint presentation with the added slides that I didn't initially have. Again, my apologies. So be on the lookout for it next week. Feel free to forward it to any small businesses that you work with, organizations. Feel free to forward it to your networks. That way the businesses that weren't able to attend, they could go ahead and see the information. And once we do have the organizational pamphlet, we will go ahead and send that out as well. If you guys have any questions or concerns or any feedback on this, we welcome all of it. Feel free to go ahead and email me. I'm the one who sent out the invite. But other than that, have a great weekend, everybody. We appreciate you being here, and please spread the word on the amazing programs that all the organizations are offering. I'm sure a lot of businesses can benefit from it. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miranda. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.